When we are born into the world, we have little idea of who we will become. And we don't know what the world is going to look like as we live. Many of us might not have believed that we would be existing in the world that we are experiencing now, except there was a part of me that did know that. And but today you will understand. That's the message that I received on this date a year ago in 2023. And I'm saying this because I want to explain our consciousness. We experience ourselves through our consciousness. It develops within us in different ways. We each do that individually by how we study, go to college, or do whatever we do in our lives to kind of understand who we are. But all we're doing is working with our consciousness. And we will do that in different ways. As humans, we have unlimited possibilities of how that might happen. In 1988, when I started receiving Wilhelm, I had no idea what I was doing. And I didn't know what it was going to turn into. I didn't know what it was going to do for my life. And in actuality, it was a little bit surprising for me, which is why I basically hid it for 20 years, except it did something else. But I'm going to read to you the message from today, and then I'll explain why I'm giving you this today, because I want you to have a lot more faith and hope in who you are and to believe in yourself, because that's the most important thing right now as we're moving through this transition. Here is the message, and it says, "Today you will understand. We are speaking of the message we provided 3 years ago and our live conversation later. Then we go to May of 2020, an uncomfortable and enlightening awareness. It took a while for Roger to find those words because he, as many of you, might find accepting this one challenging. First, it is essential to note that true awareness will contain those qualities. The awareness itself is you discover something you have been doing or a manner of operating that has been limiting. The same is true for you individually and your world collectively. Last night, while speaking with his friend, Roger said, "Two times in the past you did this." Then his friend said, "This time it will be different." That moment struck an awareness in Roger. While Roger has always thought of himself as someone who sees only potential and progress, he did not. The next awareness was, if he believes you are all one, how could he expect himself to be different this time if others could not do that? Then Roger remembered a famous saying penned by someone Roger does not want to disagree with out of reverence. You all do this, and many times to your detriment. You believe that all wise ones came before you, and that belief is limiting. The phrase he referred to was, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. We wanted to speak on this one for quite a while, as it has permeated your life and the world. And it continues to have you all believe in limitation, especially in your limitations. Please contemplate this message for a while as awareness will grow. And again, that main message was given in 2020 when many of us thought that the big changes that we were experiencing in the world was due to the pandemic, which that was a part of it. But I knew that it was far more than that, that we were moving through a huge change in our world. And that's what my Wilhelm called a restructuring. And it was going to make everything different, but it would be different if we became better, meaning that each of us would own who we are, love ourselves, and elevate our consciousness, because that's all that it is. It's energy. It is only energy. And to understand that we will move through lower vibrational energies throughout this period. And coming up this next week, we're going to have a little bit more of that. But I'm also doing a channeling session on the 7th because we have a new moon. And if you go to May 7th of 2023, I would love for you to read that message. And there's also a channeling session there that you can hear, and it will help you understand more. Again, I posted something yesterday that I said I receive everything in advance, and that's what has happened. And the thing that is challenging for many to believe, it was challenging for me to believe, is that I had received all this information and it healed my life. And I'm saying this because I want everyone to understand that Wilhelm, that's who I've received, can transform your life. Now, that's challenging to understand, but I'm going to continue to put this work out there, which is why I'm also making changes in my work. I have to expand it. And so, and I've talked about this. You can look at everything now. People who come into my program now, they will have all of this work forever, for the rest of your life. I always wanted something that people could have forever, because we don't evolve and change instantly. It's a process that we go through individually, and so does the world. We can elevate our collective consciousness when each of us decides to elevate our individual consciousness, and that's what this work does. Now, please check it all out. And when you listen to this, was done in 2020. I opened up my program in 2021 because I still was in disbelief as to what it could do. And then you'll hear the testimonials and you'll hear what other people have done. But I'm not complete. I'm 73 now, and I'm going to finish this work, because what's happening now is that the healing that I have experienced is just kind of unbelievable to me, but I'm going to give it to others. Things that we thought were impossible, they are not. And that's what I have come to know. I'm even rebranding some of my stuff to talk about limitless you, because we are not limited. We can create so much more. And that's what I'm going to give those who want to do that. And we will all collectively then make a much better world. So, hope you understand today.